Welcome again, and thank you guys for being here with me and being so patient with the tech issues. I hope that the other people who left us will rejoin and jump right in, and I welcome anybody who's watching this also live on Facebook. For those of you who have not met me before, and I doubt there are any of you here, but just in case, I'm Wendy Yawching of Healing Spaces Caribbean, and I'm also the founder of the Find Your Fire Tribe. Today we have one of our Fire Fridays back on a different schedule now, every 2 weeks, hopefully until further notice. And today we have a special edition, a repeat of my popular Feng Shui for your Christmas decor, because of course it's very timely to do this before everybody jumps in and does their Christmas decorations. So once again, welcome. And I'd like to ask, how many of you have already done your Christmas decorations?
Not me.
Not me.
Well, guess what? Not me either. So this will be very, very good. Christine, you were part of this last year, so you very, very much advanced over Janelle. Janelle, did you attend last year?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so this is new for you. I will do all the beginning stuff, the theory, and the giving you a good groundwork. And for Christine and Terry, it will be a review and give you some more exciting ideas, I hope, for your decor this year. So first thing to know is that you are already doing Feng Shui. Every time you change the decor of your home, whether it be because you have people coming over for dinner and you're cleaning up the place, or for something as magnificent as Christmas, you are doing Feng Shui. Why do I say that? Because you're changing the energy of your home to give a certain feeling to the people who are in your home or coming to visit your home. Once you do that, you're changing the qi, you are actually practicing Feng Shui. And we all do it. We just wouldn't put that weird Chinese word on it, but we all do it. In some countries, people are changing their decor for almost every season. They have Valentine's Day decor, they have Thanksgiving decor, they have 4th of July decor, and they have Christmas decor, and they probably have other decors that I don't know about. So they are changing the energy and the feeling of their space on quite a regular basis. Definitely when we are shopping or we are out in the cities or in the malls, you recognize that they are changing the energy of the spaces, and they're doing it in a very conscious attempt to make sure that you feel differently, so you will then be in a buying mode for that particular season. So Feng Shui is something that is being played, used, and is affecting you almost everywhere you go, especially at Christmas. And yet nobody would have called it Feng Shui, but that's what it is. It's changing the energy of a space to give a certain effect to the people or the creatures in that space. So, why is it? I'm definitely having tech issues. Okay, now when you are doing your Christmas preparations, I know many people have a certain Christmas routine and they set aside a lot of time for it. It usually involves first a lot of cleaning. And in Feng Shui, the Feng Shui way, it also involves a lot of cleaning. The first step that we do is clean the space and clear the space. So if there's clutter, we remove the clutter. If there's stuff that needs to be shifted because it doesn't suit the season or the goal of our new Feng Shui energy that we want for that space, we clear that stuff away. So again, in other countries, the cold weather countries where they have Thanksgiving decor, they might move the Thanksgiving decor away in time to prepare for the Christmas decor. So they clear the space of the decor that no longer suits the energy that they want to introduce. And then in Feng Shui, we also bless the space, prepare it on an energetic level, or make it sacred. So cleaning, clearing, and blessing is part of the first stage of Feng Shui preparations for your home. And when I say cleaning, we all know what that means. When I say clearing, not everybody knows what that means. Clearing a space involves out with the old, in with the new, not only the actual objects in the space, but also the vibe of the space, the energy of the space. In many places, people's homes are closed in, the windows are closed because at this time it's cold outside, and they find that the air is being pumped and circulated around and the windows are closed. So clearing the space may also involve opening the windows, letting the breeze in, even if it's cold, for a period of time, letting the air transition out and new air coming in. You are bringing in new qi. opening the windows, let the sun shine, and let, in our country, let the breeze blow, let those curtains flow. That is also clearing the space. Some people do routines such as using incense or sage or orange peel, spritzing with orange zest. There are many ways of clearing, space clearing. Whatever feels comfortable to you, clear the space. And then blessing the space, again, whatever feels comfortable to you. You might have a special prayer that makes your space feel sacred or holy or blessed or protected. You might have a little ritual that you do, light a candle and say prayers about it, hang your rosary, or whatever symbol of sacred energy resonates with you. Clean, clear, and bless your space. That is step one of doing it the Feng Shui way. And then step two is to look around your space and see if there's anything that really shouldn't be there, because when you look at it, it makes you feel down. We call that a sha, anything that pulls your energy down. If there's stuff that is broken, dead, dying, or just plain depressing in your space, you actually want to look at it with your Feng Shui eyes and remove it. It's time to let that go. Sometimes people have, as in this picture, old furniture that no longer serves its purpose, but because you don't have a lot of entertaining going on, or it's really comfy, you keep it. From a Feng Shui point of view, that old chi needs to be shifted. Remove it. If it is giftable, maybe it's not in such bad shape as the sofa, give it to someone who can give it a better home or refurbish it, or whose situation it fits better. If you can repair or replace or remove anything that has tired, worn, or negative energy, Christmas or anytime you want to beef up the chi in your home is a good time to do that. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It just simply has to be that when you remove the object, you give it away, you throw it away, you recycle it, whatever, then you replace it, not necessarily with expensive new items, but you replace it with something that has a positive connotation for you. So it might well be that you shift something you already have into that space and basically rebrand that space. Or it might be that you add a new painting or some flowers to perk up the space. You don't have to go out and buy a whole new sofa. There may be something else that you can use that space for. So just think in terms of removing anything that is pulling the energy of your home space down, including pictures of the old relationship that maybe cause you pain when you look at them, or old love letters or messages that bring back the sadness of the breakup. It's time, if you want to change the chi for Christmas, it's time actually to do something constructive with those mementos that don't involve them bringing your energy down. Anybody have questions at any time, please feel free to jump in or comments. I love to have interaction. So now let's say that we have prepared the space. We've cleaned it, we've cleared it, we've blessed it, we've removed the negative aspects of it, the shas as we call it, and it's time to now add the Christmas energy. We don't usually add the energy of what we want to bring in on top of all the dirt or the clutter or the negative stuff. So preparation is important. But now it's time to add the Christmas chi. Tell me, write in the chat, or actually just tell me, because only a few of us, jump in and tell me, what do you do to bring in the Christmas chi? Unmute and jump in.
What do I do to bring in the Christmas chi? I've been playing a lot of Christmas carols and, just changing the energy with music. And I turn the music up very loud when my son is not at home, but that gets me in the spirit of cleaning and doing stuff. And I tend to move things around fairly frequently. So that's what I do.
Great. So you bring in the energy changing power of music. Yes. And then moving things around. How about you, Janelle?
Very similar. Parang is Christmas for me.
Yep.
So once I put on some parang, I start to feel like I am in the Christmas mood.
Yes.
And I would usually bake a ham early. The smell of ham says Christmas for me. So there's a pre-Christmas ham and then a ham for Christmas. Yeah.
And do you also do Christmas decor, Janelle? Or it's in the ham, it's in the food and the music?
I used to do Christmas decor. I haven't done any Christmas decor for the last 3 years. simply because my children did not seem interested, and it was just me doing all the work, and I decided I ain't bothering. So I'm not sure what's happening this year. I've been doing wreaths and making wreaths for my co-workers. They've been
Nice.
bringing stuff in, and I've been, making things here, but I haven't done anything at home.
Okay, well, that's okay. You're making wreaths and you're changing the chi of other people. So those
Yeah.
of Facebook Live, we have Shannon Morrison, we have Lisa and Pablo, we have Lori Miller. What do you guys do to change add the Christmas energy to your home? Right now we have Christine uses music, and music is a huge chi shifter. Janelle uses music and smell. And by the way, smell is a big one because we associate Christmas smells from way back our childhood. Those change the chi as well, whether Janelle ever puts a single bulb on her Christmas tree or puts up her Christmas tree. She's introducing smells from her childhood that she associates with Christmas. What do you guys do? We have people on, but I haven't seen any comments.
Wendy, in the meantime, what I will do is I'll send you my Christmas wreath from last year.
Yes, I remember.
I will send it to you via WhatsApp, I guess.
Okay. Well, your Christmas wreath from last year, Christine, was quite spectacular. And for those who are watching, Christine watched this particular presentation last year, and then she was so inspired. She went and did this magnificent Christmas wreath and shared it on the tribe. It's somewhere in there in the tribe, and you can't miss this. Christine, post it on the tribe again. That would be lovely. All right.
Okay,
So
do that now.
So most people in our cultures celebrate Christmas by certainly decorating their homes in some way. Most of them do the cleaning, and they put the new, in Trinidad and Tobago, putting up Christmas curtains is a big deal, and changing the cushions and stuff. But then people do the Christmas decor, which is very pretty, usually very festive and pretty, etc., and shiny, and even though we are in the Caribbean, ours tends to look with the same, have the same Santa Claus North American snow theme. And then we have our Christmas music and the international Christmas music. We have the food that we associate with Trinidadian Christmas. And then we have the food that we associate with other Christmases abroad. We're very multi-layered here. So Christmas, adding the Christmas tree, we do it in many, many different ways. So let's now take a look at how you can do that in a different way by looking at Christmas with Feng Shui eyes. Even though you've been doing Feng Shui all this time, let's look at it consciously and see what you can do to elevate or power that up. Do it with intention. So I'm going to introduce to you ways in which you can, consciously choose how you make a message of Christmas with your decor. So to do that, I'm going to introduce you to the 5 elements. Now, I think everybody on the call, on the Zoom, knows about the 5 elements, but not the people who are live in Facebook. So I'm going to run you through the 5 elements quite quickly. But if anybody has a question, please tell me so that I can stop and explain. So the 5 element, we have some people answering my question first, my previous question. Lisa says we already have some decorations like a star lamp on the window, and they got the first snow today, and they have red paper star on the window, and they're getting their pastels ready. Good for you guys. So they have stars and snow today, and they're feeling beautiful. And apparently the hardest thing to find in Germany is banana leaf. Yes, I would imagine that. But we have lots of them here, Pablo. Come on over. Okay, so meet the 5 elements. Janelle, I know you know the 5 elements, but this is a great review because it's going to take you the 5 elements Christmas time. So they are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And running you through fire, the energy of fire is ascending, going up. Fire represents, especially at Christmas, the idea of purification, light, hope, faith, passion, and love. For further use later, best friend of fire is wood, and fire can be represented in your Christmas decor in many ways. That lovely triangular Christmas tree, the shape of it is a fire shape. Triangles and cones are Christmas fire shapes, I should say. Any lighting of any kind, from the sun right down to a candle, and therefore your Christmas tree lights, are fire symbols, expressions of fire. Any color that has red tones in it, such as your Christmas ribbons and gifts and the little sweater on this cute little doggy, are fire symbols. So whenever you have any kind of lighting, pointy shapes or red hues, you're expressing the energy of fire. And you know, I'm sure you know that Christmas decorations very often at Christmas time, we have the red and green theme, and we're going to come back to that. The fire is a very huge symbol at Christmas time. And we believe that it's because of what it represents. One, we love the color, but it represents faith, hope, resurrection, purification, and all those themes that fit beautifully with the message of Christmas. And in the Catholic faith, I believe the red may also represent the blood of Jesus. So fire is a huge part of our Christmas decor. We just didn't know it was the fire element. We thought it was red. So it's more than red. Now, the next element is earth. Now, the element of earth represents harmony, nurturing energy, feel good. It's the home feeling. It's a grounded feeling. It's you can rest in me feeling. It's a trustworthy feeling. The energy of earth is you can stand on me, you can rest on me, you can feel safe. The best friend of earth is fire. How do we add the energy of earth to a Christmas theme? Well, of course, anything that is earth, soil, or sand. So sometimes in the past, we used to have our Christmas trees in a little bucket full of dirt or soil or sand. We were earthing the Christmas tree. Rocks, stones, and crystals, which many of us now have in the form of geodes and crystal work in our homes for energetic purposes. Anything made from earth, so ceramics, pottery, tiles, and the shapes that represent earth, the earth element are low rectangular shapes, so your coffee table, or even the big square gift boxes, those are earth shapes. And earth can also be added in your Christmas decor using smells. When you have Janelle, the smell of your baking ham, that's a smell that makes you feel how? Tell me, how does that make you feel when you smell ham wafting through the house?
Happy.
Does it make you feel home? Does it
it reminds me, I think of my grandmother and think of home, yeah.
That is the smell of earth energy. That's the earth energy. It is a grounding aroma. It connects us to
As
our...
you said that, I thought of ginger. You know, ginger beer was something that used to have the ginger drying when I was a child to make ginger beer. And I'm just thinking ginger is a root crop, so maybe that's an earth as well.
But ginger also has a fire energy with that pop, right?
Yeah, because it's hot,
You won't always separate the energies, but you got to know what energies you're using. So the smell of the ham wafting through the house gives you that grandmother feeling. It makes you feel like home. It makes you feel nurtured. It makes you feel secure. It brings back all that kind of family system that you had that is grounding you. That is the smell of earth. That is an earth energy. So baking ham, you can add the energy of earth to your home by baking your ham. And other energies that you can use, essential oils, aromatherapy, and some essential oils have an earth smell, earth energy, such as vetiver, for instance. You can add the energy of earth to your Christmas decor in those ways. And of course, anything that has earth colors, so your gingerbread cookies, your ginger beer, and your Christmas balls or decorations can have earth colors. And earth colors are the browns and the beiges and the sandy browns and the colors that you see here, the browny yellows and things like that. So there are many ways we can add the energy of earth if what we are seeking is to add the feeling of home, nurturing, safety, grounding, and harmony to our Christmas decor. Metal. Now, metal represents celebration, gratitude, joy. Does that sound good for Christmas? Yes, it's a celebratory, it's a celebration time. It also represents heaven's spiritual awareness and adds a touch of elegance and luxury to anything. So when we add our metal elements to our Christmas decor, and many people love gold and silver at Christmas, you are adding all those things. You're elevating in terms of elegance and luxury. If you use it tastefully, you're adding the energy of heaven and spiritual awareness, which goes really well with the message of Christmas. And you're adding gratitude and joy and celebrating. So do you like adding the element of metal to your Christmas decor? Most people find that they do. And the best friend of metal is earth. We'll get back to the best friends shortly. How do you add the element of metal? Well, discussed. Anything that's metal, or anything that looks metal, or anything that has metallic colors, such as the golds and the silvers and the grays and the whites and pastels, and also the shapes of metal. And metal shapes, for all of you who did my courses before, are the circles and the ovals and arches. So guess what? Those silver Christmas tree balls are very strongly metal. Anybody have questions?
No.
Okay.
I think for me, Wendy,
Yes.
I posted my wreath to the tribe, and of course it's never come down because it's so large and so heavy. And besides which, where I live, there's no storage, so it just stayed up.
Yes.
So my question is, if I wanted it, and of course it's got reds and
It's-
you know,
well,
reds and some silver and stuff like
it's
that.
something we will meet later in this discussion, yes.
So my question maybe for later on is, how does one transition from one color palette into another without having to disrupt what was already done?
We shall talk about that later if you remember to bring it up for me, right? Because
Sure.
Okay, so great question. We have Gail online, and Gail says that she hangs Christmas cinnamon sticks in the Christmas tree. And Gail, the cinnamon sticks would also be another way of adding two elements to the Christmas tree. One would be earth and one would be wood. So we'll talk about wood shortly, all right? And also the aroma of the cinnamon sticks. So the next element is water. And water represents wisdom, flow, and peace. Peace again resonates at Christmas time. Although we don't very often have peace at Christmas time because it's so busy and active and full of people and celebrating. But actually, the Christmas itself is supposed to be a time of peace, spiritual peace and inner peace. And it is also associated, the water element, with wealth and abundance. So very often you'll find people putting water features in the front of their driveways and their homes because it has the association with wealth and abundance. But you can use water in a much more subtle way in your Christmas decor. And we'll talk about that shortly. The best friend of water is metal. Now, how do we use water in our decor? Well, anything that's a water feature. So yes, we can have small water features in our homes. Some people put, you know, little bowls with water and candles floating in them. The water becomes a water feature. The candles represent another element, which I think you recognize now. And that bowl and the fire with the water actually need to be balanced with other things, which we will discuss shortly. But some people bring the water into their home like that. Glassware of any kind. So if you have crystal glassware or glassware or glass balls, like in the picture, that adds the water element. Mirrors, clear crystals, highly reflective surfaces, such as on this ribbon, very, very gold, very shiny, that adds the water element. Asymmetrical wavy shapes, such as on this ribbon in the bottom picture, nice waves or curls, that's a wave action. That ribbon is a gold ribbon. It adds the element of metal, but because of its shine and because of its waves, it also adds the element of water. And what I really see when I see that ribbon is the water, but everybody will feel it differently. And interestingly enough, the color of water, the colors that are used to represent water in Feng Shui are the blacks and the midnight blues. So in the ribbon, on the ball, in the picture above, that black in the ribbon adds the water element. Look at how you would never know, but that adds the water element. And the shape of the ribbon with its flowing curves adds the water element. And the glass ball is glass, adds the water element. And the writing on the ball, 2014, is all curly. Anything that's wavy adds the water element. So this ball with this little black and white ribbon is a very strong water element. So if you needed to add the element of water for any reason, you can add it in such subtle ways. You don't have to add a bowl of water. The last element to talk about is the element of wood. And the energy of wood is that of growth, a new life, a new beginnings, and creation and continuing life. And it becomes very important at the Christmas season because guess what Christmas represents? The birth of Christ, new life, continuing life, the remembrance of that new life, the continuing of it, and the starting again of us all into a new beginning, using the purification and the faith and the hope as our vessel. So the element of wood is very, very important at Christmas, which is possibly why very many Christmas decors incorporate the red and green theme. The green is one of the major colors that represent wood and Feng Shui. Greens and the nature greens and the nature blues. All right. Any plant, any flower, any tree represents the wood element. So typically, if you have a real Christmas tree in the house, that's a strong wood element, but it has more to it than that, and we'll talk about it shortly. Anything that represents natural foliage is the wood element. So Gail, your cinnamon sticks adds the wood element, but it also brings in the earth element. And notice this, how many Christmas decor themes use red and green. The red and green actually go together, which I'll talk about shortly, but red is the fire element, green is the wood element, and wood is the best friend of fire, so they work beautifully together. But the wood represents new life, new beginnings, the creation theme, life budding and growing forward and expressing itself in wonderful ways. And the fire, the hope, the purification, the faith, the looking forward. So they work beautifully together. The traditional Christmases tended to be very strongly with the green and the red, the wood and the fire, the creation and the hope. And I think it's a beautiful message. In terms of representing wood in other ways, subtler ways, essential oils and smells. So again, back to Janelle and her ham, but not in that. If you use essential oils, there are many that are beautiful wood elements that have that, lemongrass, rose oil, sandalwood oil, those are all adding the wood element. Gail, when you have the cinnamon sticks, if you can smell them, or if you make cinnamon tea and ginger tea, and you let the smell of escape into your home, you're adding the wood element. So my question to you is, what energy do you want to express this Christmas? And Christine, let's start from here with your decoration, with your huge, lovely decoration from last year. Last year, you knew what you were trying to achieve. What do you want to achieve this year? Do you want to have the energy of fire, love, light, hope, passion, purification? Do you want to have the energy of earth, harmony, nurturing, safety, contentment, home? Do you want to have the energy of joy, gratitude, celebration, spiritual awareness? That's metal. Do you want the energy of wood, new life, new beginnings, creation? Do you want the energy of wisdom, abundance, and peace? What energy would you like to express this Christmas? You don't have to express the same energy every year. You can choose what's appropriate for you and your family this Christmas, and then choose your Christmas decor, then set the theme. So tell me, what energies are you guys interested in expressing in this very special Christmas, the year after COVID, where everybody has had such a rough time? What energy would you like to bring into your home? I'm going to check the chat. Gail says, can you mix the energies? Yes, you can. And in fact, Gail, it's almost impossible not to, because most things have more than one element in them. And we're going to discuss mixing the energies shortly in a very conscious way, but you almost can't get away from mixing the energies. Janelle, you have any questions? Or no, actually, I'd like you to tell me what energies you'd like to express. Somebody
You
wrote,
just confused me because I want oil. I just
no, but you can have oil. Good for you. Terry said wood and fire.
yeah, I started off with joy, gratitude, and celebration. And then as I went along, I thought, nah, boy, some new life, new beginnings. And then, hey, we definitely need abundance. I was like, yeah, I greedy. I want oil.
Love that philosophy. I want all.
Okay.
Love it.
So in that case, we will move on to the next part, which will help you to get all, Janelle. All right. And Christine's beautiful decoration last year, she grabbed all too. So she'd resonate with you. So before we go to wanting all, and Gail, this is for you, we have to learn a little bit more theory. And that is that each of the elements has somebody that they love, which I did mention briefly as we went through. And they also have people they don't get along with. And we would like to avoid you pairing them, the ones that don't get along, and have you consciously put the ones that get along. If you want all, then there's a balance because they sort of, offset each other and support each other in a certain way. But if you're only going to do, like some people do, a 2 or 3 element palette, you might like your red and green, or you might like your blue and silver theme, then it's important to know if they get along. So make a note of this slide if you have not done my element training before, because this one will help you. So fire loves wood, the red loves the green, The green wood is what you burn if you want to make fire, theoretically. So it supports the energy of fire. Fire loves wood. The red loves to be surrounded by green. Easy. Earth loves fire, all right? So the brown dog loves to be wrapped up in his little red sweater, okay? The brown dog loves to be wrapped up in his little red sweater. Earth loves fire. Metal loves earth, all right? So water loves metal and wood loves water. Make a note of this if you don't know it in your heart already, because we're going to refer to it afterwards. Easy way to remember it. The fire loves wood is easy. The wood loves water. If you think about it, when you want to make your plants happy, you pour water on them. So that's easy too. The others, you just sort of have to memorize. Okay, so remember the slide going on. Now, if you like Janelle, oh, I'm going to back up a bit. Okay, so if you want to have a 2-element theme or 2-color theme, like many people do, and they choose a different color palette each year. So you might have your green and gold year, and your blue and silver year, and your red and green year, or even 3 colors. If you do, then I want you to try to use the ones that love each other. That's simple enough. Use the ones that love each other. So that if, for instance, you wanted to use the metal, you want to use the metal loves earth theme, then you might choose to use the metal, which is the golds and the silvers and the whites and the pastels and the metal balls on your tree. And you'll want to have the colors of sandy browns and russets, the earthy colors involved there, or the shapes of earth, meaning the square low, gift shapes. You might want to have earth shapes, or you might want to put ceramics on your tree or clay ornaments on your tree to put the earth element in with the metal. If you want to do the fire and wood, that's pretty easy. Red and green, anything red and green, you're good. And that is the traditional Christmas decor. If you want to use the greens of wood, but you want to use water, then with water, you're looking at the wavy shapes. You're looking at glass and crystal. You're looking at shiny objects. You're looking at water itself. So then the wood, and you add lots of greens, all the mistletoe and the pines and the hibiscus sprigs and things that we could use to balance the water and the wood. So those are the ways that you match them. But try to use your two element palette, make them be ones that love each other. But if like Christine and Janelle, you want it all, then what I recommend, since some elements don't get along with other elements, is that you do your best to create elemental harmony. Now, this is a particular exercise I have done with many people, and some of you have seen it already, but in any case, I would like to run through it again for the people on the Facebook group who have not seen this before. So, running through it. Gail, Pablo, Lisa, anyone who wants to answer, I'm watching the chat. Tell me what you think. What elements do you see here in this picture of roses and the vase? What elements do you see? Christine, you can bust the answer out. It's okay.
Well, we see fire, we see wood.
Yes.
And we see metal.
Okay, where's the metal?
Sorry, not wavy. Wood, fire, and water.
And how do you identify the water, just for the people who are listening?
Well, there's water in the glass, and the glass is, if memory serves, a component of water.
Okay, excellent. And we have on the chat, Lisa saying red and green, I like, and gold, metal. We also have a lot of wood elements. Okay, Gail is saying crystal. Crystal, Gail, what are you saying crystal about? Just write a little more in the chat so I know what you're talking about. Christine is totally right, and that is as it should be, because she's been with me for a while. The fire in the form of the red flowers. The green is the wood element. Remember, the flowers themselves are part of the wood element. All flowers are the wood element, but the color of the flowers makes them a very strong fire energy. Everybody see that? The green leaves are definitely the wood element, and the green of the green leaves makes them a very strong wood energy. Now, the relationship between the fire and the wood is that fire loves wood. Because if you want to make a fire big and strong, a big strong bonfire, you add wood and then you get a nice big fire. So in this case, the red flowers are being supported by their beautiful green leaves. Yeah, so that is a harmonious relationship. Okay, that's right, Gail. Glass is, the crystal is glass, which is a water element. So we have the wood, green leaves supporting the fire of the flowers. So that is good. Nobody's fighting anybody. And then we have the crystal vase, and the crystal vase has water. The crystal vase in itself is a strong water element, and the water inside the crystal vase is water as well. So we have water added to the equation. Now, water is the best friend of wood. Remember, if you want your plants to grow nice and strong, you add water. So the water element of the vase and in the vase is supporting the green leaves, the wood element, and the wood element is supporting the fire of the red flowers. So this is something we call a 3-element harmony, because everything in it from the bottom to the top is supporting the element, the next element. So this is a very harmonious way of bringing 3 elements into your Christmas decor. And so if you want to use 3 elements, we try to make it so that they have this wonderful relationship to each other, because then you're doing a Feng Shui harmonious decor item. So you don't have to make all the elements match. If you want to use 2 elements, make sure they're best friends. If you want to use 3 elements, make sure there's a flow of energy, so one supporting the other in their best friend relationships. And in the end, the final element in this and this flow of 3 elements is the fire. So what's the strongest element of all in this arrangement? Even though it's a harmony, the fire element, the flowers, the fire element of faith, hope, purification, and renewal is what's being powered up by the wood and the water. You can use this technique to express any message you want for Christmas if you know what the elements and what they're saying. Choose the
Question.
Yes, Christine.
So if one wanted to add another element to this, and let us see, took a white and silver ribbon and added it
Yes.
to this, so the white and the silver would be the metal.
Yes.
And if you made it into a bow,
Mm-hmm.
that would also support water as well.
Yes.
Okay, so that would now be a four element harmony.
Yes, but what I would recommend in this case is that you add the 5th element, which is not there yet, to make it a 5-element harmony, which is the most powerful one that you can create. A 5-element harmony would have all the elements feeding each other, with the end destination element, the most powerful message of all. In this case, it's the red flowers and the message of hope and faith and purification and Christmas and Jesus and all those things, rebirth. Yeah. So I would recommend, if you were going to add another element here, you add 2 elements and make it a 5-element harmony, very powerfully supporting the fire. So I would not only the metal bow in the form of the silver bow or the white bow, adding the metal, I would put some little stones or earthy type things into the vase, or have the entire thing standing on a ceramic dish so that you have the 5 elements powering up the fire. And that would be a beautiful way of completing this. And you can do this with anything that's important in your Christmas decor. So what's the most important thing? For Janelle, it's the ham. But for many people, it might be the Christmas tree. Somebody else, it might be the creche. Somebody else might have their Christmas dinner table with a big centerpiece as the most important piece of their Christmas decor. Yes? Whatever is the most important piece of your Christmas decor, I would recommend you make it into a powerful 5-element harmony, and then choose the message you really want to convey. Is it the fire message? Is it the metal message, which is celebration, joy, spiritual awareness? Is it the earth message, grounding, home, harmony, safety, family together? Is it the wood message, energizing new life, creation, expanding energy into new beginnings? Is it the water energy, joy, peace, not joy, peace, wisdom, abundance, what energy do you want as your message, and then shore it up with the other elements. So make sure the 5 elements support each other in your key Christmas piece, your front door wreath, whatever is the biggest message biggest element of your decoration, make that into 5-element harmony. Okay, anybody have questions? Then I will go on. Let's do this. So I just discussed using it for your key decor items. You guys, can you pick out the elements in this particular table setting? Tell me what you see. Anybody? Christine, Terry, Janelle.
I see metal, of course. I see fire.
Mhm.
I see wood.
Mhm.
Let's see, fire, metal, water,
What are you seeing as water?
the black plates.
Mhm. What else? Janelle, what you seeing? It's a
And the table on which it sits is earth.
okay. Terry, what are you seeing? You guys live on Facebook, feel free to chime in. I'm looking for your comments.
Metal, wood,
What are you seeing as wood?
earth.
What are you seeing as wood?
What I believe is, because I'm looking at this on my food, is some type of wreath material, some greenery
Yes.
on the table. Yeah, there's fire, the candles, there's fire. I said earth already, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Metal, water, I think yeah, water, yeah, the glasses, the glassware.
This is the
Yeah, so-
glassware, that's right.
Mhm.
And the shiny black plates, shiny and black.
Right.
Right.
Tiny and black, yes.
Okay, so we've seen
Yeah.
fire, we've seen water, we've seen wood. Do we see,
Earth.
and we saw metal, meaning in terms of what are you seeing as metal?
The cutlery.
Cutlery, and also the shape of the plates, if it's round or oval. And
Yeah.
right? And then you also seeing earth. Are you seeing earth, Christine?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
What are you seeing as earth, Terry?
The table is brown, but the table also appears to be wood.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not just that, look at the markings.
Square.
It's square. Go ahead, Christine.
The table appears to be square based on square or rectangular, which
Yes.
is the shape for earth.
It would probably be an earth shape, and it's bare wood. So you see this the patterns of the wood in the grain. So that allows it to be wood. If it was painted brown or green or black, it wouldn't be wood anymore because it's then covered up, right? And it also has some very interesting wavy markings underneath the candle that give it a little additional touch of the what element? The wavy markings on the table add a little bit of water. So this is actually a 5-element place setting. All the elements are here. So if you're going to make your centerpiece table into a 5-element harmony, this is one of the ways you can do that. Yeah. According to your particular tradition or custom, all right, and taste. Okay, so let's now look at our Christmas tree, because for many people, that's a big thing for Christmas. All right, now there's 2 things to consider for your Christmas tree. Gail is asking, what's the significance of the napkins? Let me back up, Gail. Look at the napkins. So Gail, when you say the significance, I don't know, that's just part of the decor, but do you mean what element they're adding? Because right now, I'm seeing white napkins, then they're adding a touch of metal, but they actually didn't really add to the 5-element harmony for me. I could remove those napkins very happily. Anybody have any ideas? Those napkins are the things sticking out under the black plate. Yeah.
Well, the shape is rectangular, I guess. To me, I quite agree with you. It didn't really, it looks to be paper. It is, well, no, it's actually a real napkin. So I'm seeing the pattern on it, which tends to be rectangular as well. So maybe earth.
I would say they give a more metal vibe because of the color. And that
Yeah.
would be when we have metal on there with the knives and forks, so it adds to the metal. But I guess for me, if I were using this particular arrangement, I would have not put the napkin so dramatically in that 5 element. I think they threw it off a bit myself.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just this particular picture, that's their taste, but it would not have been mine. So thanks for asking, Gail. Well spotted. All right, so let's talk about your Christmas tree, because as I said, for many people, Christmas tree is like a big deal for Christmas. And so there's 2 things to consider for your Christmas tree is, again, the message. Do you want it to be a 5-element harmony? Or do you want it to be a 2-element Christmas tree? Or do you want it to be a 3-element Christmas tree? In which case I would say, make sure they support each other. And do they support each other? The theme that you want. What's the message you want? Is it one of joy, peace, harmony, grounding, hope, faith? What element is that? So I would consider your Christmas tree with eagle eyes now that you have all this information. And the second thing to consider is, where do you put your Christmas tree? Now, some people have choices and some don't, but if you have a choice, you can actually place your Christmas tree, again, to shore up the energy that you want. So let's look at the actual decor of the Christmas tree first. If you look at the Christmas tree on the left, how does it make you feel? What elements do you see? Looking for what you guys saying in the chat as well. So Gail, come on in, girl. Pablo, tell me what you see. What elements do you see on this Christmas tree on the left? Number 1, the one that's red and white mostly. We have fire, metal, and wood. Okay, Lisa, thank you. All right, so we have, definitely you see the fire, the red. Definitely you see the metal, because that's the white, yeah? And I'm thinking Lisa is seeing a little bit of green poking through, which is the wood element. But overall, the feeling of that Christmas tree on the left is really fire and metal. Christine and Terry and Janelle, you guys see that? It's the red and white, fire and metal, yeah? And fire and metal don't really get along. Oops, sorry. Somebody's calling me. Let's delete. Fire and metal don't really get along. And you would know that as well, even without knowing that they don't really get along, because that Christmas tree, when you look at it, has a feeling of not quite balanced. Can I get your feedback on that, guys? Do you see that?
Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree.
So that if I wanted to do 2 elements for my Christmas tree, I would not choose fire and metal. But that's without even knowing the feng shui of it. It's instinctively, this doesn't look quite right, doesn't look quite balanced. It's therefore not pleasing to your home space. It has a feeling of discomfort for me. And you'd want to add things to it to actually balance it. And you could add things to it to actually balance it. But as it is the red and white theme, there's an elemental clash and you just feel it. It doesn't feel balanced. If you look at the Christmas tree on the right, which is the silver Christmas tree, what elements do you guys see? The one on the right. The 3rd Christmas picture. Anybody want to shout it out? Gail says it has a cold feeling. Agreed. Now, the one on the right, the 3rd picture, how does that feel to you? What do you see and how does it feel? Metal, definitely metal, Lisa. Metal, good, Gail, right on. Okay, this is a metal theme. They have a green Christmas tree underneath somewhere, but they have made it very, very metal. All right. Now, how does it feel to you? Do you like it?
It feels cool.
It feels cold. It is attractive. To me, it's better than the red and white theme, but it feels a bit cold. They use the gold and the white and the silver, and it is very pretty, but it feels a bit cold. Now, there's no clash here because the metal is really dominant and there's nothing fighting it. So you can keep this, but perhaps you'd want to warm it up with the gifts around it or add the other elements. keep your silver theme, but add the gifts around it in different colors, or have the surrounding home decor balancing it off. But as it is, it's a cold feeling Christmas tree. Now look at the one in the middle. How does that feel? And what elements do you spot? Pablo says it's out of balance, but I think you meant the white one on the right. How about the one in the middle, Pablo? What do you see here? Terry, Christine, Janelle?
The one in the middle is warm without being just red and green. It appears to be balanced. So I'm seeing of course, we've got the green and the red, and then we've got a lot of white, so a lot of metal. We've got the round balls. They look to be shiny balls and glass balls.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the water, we've got the metal,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking to see if we've also got the earth element to create that five element harmony.
Well spotted. And Pablo is saying the one in the middle has a nice balance. So you guys are right. Rashmi says the middle tree looks lovely, balanced and abundant. This is the closest that we have in these pictures. Christine, I also was looking for the earth. If it is, it's very subtle, but this Christmas tree feels better than the others, doesn't it? And everybody seems to be in agreement on the chat. Now, you don't have to choose to put these same things on your Christmas tree. What you want, though, is to have a feeling of warmth and balance and beauty. And if you have a message, you want that message to be conveyed in your Christmas tree. So here we have the green Christmas tree, and there's something you should also know. The Christmas tree shape is a triangle, so it's a very powerful fire shape. So every single Christmas tree is coming out with fire as a very dominant theme from the beginning. You actually don't have to add fire on your Christmas tree to make it any more fiery. But we do, because we love to add lights. From the time we add lights to that fire shape of a Christmas tree, we're doubling up the fire. And yet we love it, we love it, we love it. So we always have lights on our Christmas tree. So there's no need to add red to your Christmas tree because it's already strong fire. All right. What you need to add to your Christmas tree is, if you want to make it into a 5-element harmony, which I love the idea of and I encourage, is the other 3 elements: the wood, the water, and the earth. Now, if your Christmas tree is a natural Christmas tree, then it's a wood because it's a tree. But nowadays, most people, especially in the Caribbean, it's not a natural piece of tree. It's an artificial tree. And an artificial tree is not necessarily a wood element unless it's one of the wood colors, the dark green, the light green, or the wood blues. So not all Christmas trees have the wood element inherent in them if it's an artificial tree. And some people have white Christmas trees and red Christmas trees. I haven't seen a red one. White Christmas trees. If your Christmas tree is not a natural tree, then whatever color the Christmas tree is, that's the major element it represents. If it's white, then you have now the metal element involved. And then when you're decorating it, then you want to add the other elements. Okay, that's what you want to do. So you don't need to add fire. You have lights and you have a big triangle that you're then decorating to get balance. So in the case of the one on the left side, they didn't need to add more fire, and that's what they did. That's why it feels so out of whack. They have the very strong fire energy on a white metal tree, and they added more fire. So that's, to me, that's just like, oh, ouch, ouch. The one on the right, they have a fire shape, they have wood, and they have the metal, and it's nice. It just doesn't feel warm. And the one in the middle feels warm. And even if you put your own decor on, think of it. You have this fire shape, you have the lights, fire, you have the green, it looks like a real tree, so you have wood. Now add the other 3. And in this case, in the middle, they have the decor, the metal, as Christine said, the water, the glass balls. And Christine, you know, the shape of the little floral things, the little white floral wreaths, that is nice and wavy, so that adds water too. So the only thing I store up a bit is the earth element. And I They probably have a little earth in the Santa Claus legs or something, but they need a little shoring up of the earth element to make it perfect. Yeah. Everybody,
Maybe some gift boxes.
yes, or even ceramics or a little ceramic decor or something, and maybe some of those Christmas decorations are ceramic. And
Ceramic,
can't tell.
potentially.
Because
Yeah.
the feel of that tree, when you look at it, everybody says it looks good. Lisa, the color gold represents the earth element if it is a sort of a brownie gold, but gold typically tends to be metal element if it's the shiny gold. Yeah, that was a question in the chat. Okay, so let's talk now about placement of your tree. Now, this is where people who have done my Feng Shui courses will understand very much what we're looking at. For those of you who have not done my Feng Shui courses, this is a picture of the energy map of your space. It's a Feng Shui Bagua. And the energy map of your space is divided up into nine equal boxes, whether they be rectangular or squares. And each of them has a particular energetic value. So if you were, for instance, looking at your living room or wherever you're going to put your Christmas tree and deciding where to put your Christmas tree, there are actually better places to put your Christmas tree than others if you have the choice. Not everybody has the choice, but depending on the size of your Christmas tree, maybe you can make it happen regardless of your space. And it's better if you have your Christmas tree. Let's put it this way. You place this box on your space with the door of the room at the bottom line. So you would have the door along the line that says knowledge, career, and helpful people. That's where you lay the map down. So the door is at the bottom. You're standing at the bottom. If you look across the map at the other side of the room, that's where you would really prefer to put your Christmas tree, in the far side of the room. Prosperity and abundance, fame and reputation, or primary relationships, depending on which area of the room you choose. If you need to know more, then come and join me on one of my courses and you'll understand it more. But if you have a choice to place your Christmas tree, especially if your Christmas tree is a 5-element harmony, see if you can place it in one of those areas on the far side of the room that you're having your main Christmas entertaining and Christmas tree and Christmas chair in. Okay, chair meaning CHEER. That's the ideal places. It should not be in the center in the Tai Chi. Okay, it shouldn't be in the center. And so try to place it along the back wall, back area, away from the main door. If you have more than one door, there's still a main door. Use the main door as your guide of where to place the energy map. Okay. So now you know some Feng Shui magic. And I invite you to go have fun with it. And of course, I am open to questions. And Christine, I know you had a question. So please let me know. Let's chat.
Great. So a couple of things, going back to the energy map, the Bagua.
Yep.
My wreath is placed in the prosperity and abundance gua. And yeah, prosperity, wealth, abundance gua. Because it's close to the edge of that living space.
Okay.
And my question was, I'm not sure that I'm going to do it this year, but I was thinking it took so much to create that wreath, and of course I got lots of cuts. So I spilled some fire on that on that wreath. But if I wanted to transition, because my question always is, how does one transition from one spectrum to the next? So right now, as you would see in the chart, I was using some boards that we already had. So I had it's a 5-element, but I'm thinking now I may want to shift over to maybe more metal, possibly pink. So pink with silver and gold.
Can you pull up your picture of it and share for me? I will remove I will stop the share and you can show us and we talk about it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Do you guys need me to keep the share going and have this Bagua up, or can I remove the share and let Christine ask us a question with her decoration in place? And in fact, if anybody has anything they want to show me, I'm quite happy to stay behind and talk to them about it in this forum. Let's see if I can say stop share. Hold on. Stop share.
I did post it, but I'm not seeing it, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Find if I try posts, numbers.
I'm
Yeah.
coming
Wendy,
out.
are you still recording?
I'm coming out of the presentation. I believe I am still recording. Yes.
Okay.
And
Christine, you may need to refresh your page because only when I refreshed it did I see your wreath on the tribe page.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. That's perfect.
I'm
Perfect.
happy.
Perfect.
Well, Janelle says, boss talking to me can't answer. That was, I'm sorry, Janelle, that I was harassing you. Hi, Terry. Hi, everybody who's watching on Facebook. We are now doing any question and answer. And also if anybody wants to share a picture of their decor and ask me questions about it with respect to the Feng Shui of it, I'd be happy to do that. And Christine is on. Christine is live. She's going to show us. I hope you're going to show us, Christine, your
Okay.
wreath.
So I've now been able to pull it up. So let me see if I can share screen here.
If not, I will make you co-host if you can. Let me see. TV participants.
Oh,
Yes,
there we are.
you are able to. Great. Yes. Okay. So let's
So,
to Christine. Yeah. Now, isn't that
all right.
magnificent? Oh my God. Yes, Christine.
And right in the middle, everyone, is a housewarming gift that Wendy gave me, which is a tree of life. I absolutely love it. So I'm just thinking, no, I did not light this last year because I think I was down to the wire, so to speak, when I designed it. But I'm thinking if I wanted to transition or start the transition process, because I don't think I want to go buy a whole host of balls. There's not much space for it here. But what are some of the things that I can utilize? Maybe remove the ribbons and change the colors of the ribbons. What would you, and maybe get some lights? How would you suggest transitioning to another color palette here?
Okay. Just hold on. Just answering somebody. Right. Christine. First of all, folks, Christine attended this session last year and she decided she wanted to make a 5-element harmony for her main Christmas decor. And she did a fabulous, fabulous job. And it's like a poster child for Christmas decor in my tribe. However, she wants to change it. You want to add more metal. Christine, I would say to change out some of the reds, okay?
Right.
Change out some of the reds for more metallic. You will want to have a little touch of red, but not so much. Right now, you have a lot of red, even though it's a 5-element harmony. Red is still, to me, your message is actually one of the faith, purification, hope, and passion of the reds. Your 5-element harmony supports the fire. You sound as though you want your 5-element harmony to support now joy, celebration, spiritual awareness, and gratitude. Because you're aiming for the metal energy. So I would say make the red subservient now. Make the red less, shore up the metal. So swap out some of the reds, add some more metallic. Remember, metallic is not only color, it's also shape. Color, you have the silvers, but maybe add some golds, some golds, real golds. And the shapes of ovals and circles, you have a lot of that going on, but just change it, take out some of the reds and swap them out with some golds and you'll still find you'll have balance with the silver. I wouldn't add more silver. I would add more.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
All right. And in that case, what you're trying to do is make the metal, which is the message of gratitude, joy, celebration, the dominant feature, supported by everything below that. And so the fire would be supporting the earth. You have earth there, but it's not yet. You have some earth, fire supporting the earth, supporting the metal. No, let's try it again. Fire supporting the earth, supporting the metal. You want to start with the water, right? So the water, look at the water elements, Christine. And now, what is representing water for you?
The ribbons and the bells, the glass bells.
Okay, so the ribbons are also very strongly earth, by the way, because of the color texture on them, right? So, and you have some wood in there. So those ribbons are multi-purpose, and the tree of life is again a very strong wood. So I would say your water could be stepped up, right? Add some more water. Maybe you might change some of the ribbons out for ribbons that are pure water, or just increase the water balance. Then you have a very strong wood presence because you have the foliage and you have the tree of life. So the water needs to be more strong to support all that wood, right?
Yeah,
Understand? So the
perfect.
glass
Yes.
bells alone don't do that. So add some more water, swap out some of those ribbons, or add some clear decorations, make some more water. You have a lot of wood going on. The lot of wood makes a lot of fire. The fire is already strong, so back off on the fire a little bit. And the earth is strong, and add more metal. So I would say add more water and metal to your decor. Swap out some of the fire and some of the earth.
Okay, sounds like a good plan.
All right.
Thank
and
you so much.
what comes, but you're still keeping a 5-element harmony. It's just that
Yes.
you have a different message this year. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anybody want to share their stuff or ask me a question? Rashmi says, welcome, lovely wreath. Yes. Anybody want to share their stuff or have a
Well,
question?
what I will say to Rashmi is that, hi Rashmi, what I will say is that because I've got 5 cats, a standing Christmas tree is not an option.
I would say
So,
that. True.
well, no, I wouldn't. Besides which my space is small, so there's really no space for a tree unless it's a table tree. And because they're still young and rambunctious, I wouldn't want to chance the tree being knocked down. So the wreath was the reason I went up onto the wall to create my Christmas vibe.
Christine, it was gorgeous. And now this year you want to say it, you want to give a different message. You just have to sort of shift a couple of things around. All right.
Yes.
Anybody else have any question, anything they want me to look at, or Janelle and Terry have any questions for me about your decor, what your message might be, or what you'd like it to be?
No, I'm fine, thanks. You've given a lot of information to work with.
Okay, Christine, could you unshare your screen and then we will wrap it up? Wonderful. So I am going to say thank you all so much. Sorry about the tech problems we had at the beginning, but I think we sorted them out. And it was a very intriguing session for me, Christine. I appreciate you sharing your wonderful wreath with us all and letting us help you recreate it. For those of you watching us on Facebook, thanks for joining us. I really, really value that you were here with us. And of course, if you have any questions afterwards, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, so many, many blessings for you all. Have a wonderful Christmas season. And if you do your decorations based on your Feng Shui lesson today, I would love you to share them in the tribe. So please feel free to do so. Thanks again. Namaste.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.